Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode what is really going on behind the corporate jargon. Today we are diving into a filing that suggests a company may be heading towards a curtain call with a vote on its very future. So what we have here is a Form 8K filing, which is basically a report of major events that shareholders should know about. This specific report from Unity Biotechnology Incorporated is all about a special meeting of its stockholders held on the 18th of September, 2025. The big question on the table was whether to approve the company's complete liquidation and dissolution. This filing confirms that Unity Biotechnology Incorporated, with the ticker symbol UNBX, and incorporated in Delaware, has indeed held this critical meeting. The earliest event reported here is the 18th of September, 2025, the date of that special meeting. Let's talk about the company itself. Unity Biotechnology was focused on developing treatments for debilitating diseases. However, as many companies in the biotech space find, the path to successful drug development is incredibly challenging and often requires significant capital. The company's common stock trades under the symbol UNBX. It is important to note that the stock was previously traded on the Nasdaq stock market but has since been delisted and now trades on the OTC Pink Limited market. This move often signals financial difficulties or a change in the company's public trading status. The core of this filing is Item 5.07, which details the submission of matters to a vote of security holders. This means we get to see exactly how the shareholders voted on the company's future. The company held its special meeting on the 18th of September 2025. The record date for this meeting was the 25th of July 2025. As of that date, there were over 17 million shares of common stock outstanding. To even make decisions at this meeting, a quorum was needed. This meant at least 1/3 of the voting power of all outstanding shares had to be present, either in person or by proxy. The filing confirms that this quorum was indeed met, with a significant 97.36% of the voting power represented. This shows a strong turnout, indicating shareholders were very interested in the outcome. Now for the main event, the vote on the company's liquidation and dissolution. This was proposed as the dissolution proposal. Essentially, the shareholders were asked if they approved of winding down the company and distributing any remaining assets. Think of it as closing up shop and selling off what is left. And the results are in. The shareholders voted overwhelmingly in favour of this dissolution proposal, with over 450 million votes for and about 150 million against. It is clear the majority wanted to proceed with shutting down the company. This is a pretty decisive vote, indicating that the decision to dissolve was supported by a significant portion of the voting power. There was also a proposal related to adjourning the meeting. This adjournment proposal was essentially a backup plan. If voters hadn't approved the dissolution, the company could have asked to postpone the meeting to try and get more votes. This proposal also passed, but it wasn't needed. Since the dissolution proposal was approved, there was no need to adjourn the meeting to gather more votes. So, to sum up the voting, both proposals passed, with the dissolution proposal receiving the necessary approval. This means the board of directors now has the go-ahead to proceed with winding down Unity Biotechnology Inc. The filing also mentions that while the shareholders have approved the dissolution, the board of directors still has the final say on the timing, and even whether to proceed. They can adjust the plan or even abandon the wind down if they believe it is not in the best interest of the company or its shareholders. This gives the board a lot of flexibility. Now, every SEC filing has a section on forward-looking statements. These are essentially statements about what the company expects to happen in the future. It is crucial to understand these are just expectations and not guarantees, as real-world events can often differ. The company itself warns that investors should be cautious when relying on these statements. They highlight potential risks and uncertainties that could cause actual results to be different from what is projected. These include risks related to asset sales and the overall biotech industry. And here is perhaps the most important part for any investor, a strong warning about trading the company's securities. They state that trading is highly speculative and carries substantial risks, and that current prices might not reflect actual value. This is a direct signal that if you are holding or thinking of buying shares, you need to be extremely careful. So, in essence, Unity Biotechnology Incorporated is heading towards dissolution. The shareholders have voted for it, and the board has the power to make it happen. This is a common outcome in the biotech world when companies can't successfully bring their products to market or secure sufficient funding. The filing is signed by Craig Jalbert, who serves as the president. This indicates the executive leadership is aware of and is following through with the reporting requirements. Looking at this filing, the story is clear. Unity Biotechnology has faced significant challenges leading to this decision to dissolve. The overwhelming shareholder vote in favour of dissolution shows a consensus that it is time to wind down operations. While the board has discretion, effectively the company is closing its doors. For shareholders, this means anticipating a final distribution of any remaining assets, but the value of those assets is often uncertain. The cautionary notes about trading are a strong indicator that the company's future in terms of operations and market value for its stock is effectively over. It is a tough but sometimes necessary end for companies that couldn't achieve their ambitious goals in a highly competitive and risky industry. Alright, that is our breakdown of Unity Biotechnology's dissolution vote. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.